Welcome to Finding Your First Job with Sharon Garrett. Sharon is a certified pharmacy technician who brings energy, compassion, and precision to both healthcare and academic spaces. Alongside her clinical work, she is pursuing a PharmD while successfully managing multiple businesses, working two jobs, and raising her two sons. Her experience in pharmacy has deepened her commitment to patient care, ethical practice, and excellence in high responsibility settings. Passionate about theology, ethics, and the sciences, Sharon enjoys engaging meaningful conversations that challenge and inspire growth, especially those conversations about pharmacy and pharmacy technicians. Please welcome Sharon Garrett.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sharon Denise Garrett, a certified pharmacy technician for the state of Louisiana and also a student at Xavier University of Louisiana. And today we're going to discuss finding your first job from the classroom to your career as a pharmacy technician, because this is where a lot of students get stuck, the transition from the classroom to the career field. Number one, the problem. You're qualified, so why aren't you getting hired? It's not your skills, it's your strategies. The application process with no response, unclear hiring expectations, and then also strategy gaps. We have to remember, in pharmacy, we are a large community with a very small pool. So that means not only are you applying for that job, but a ton of other applicants along with your classmates are applying for the same jobs. Unclear hiring expectations. What exactly do the employer want you to be skilled at? You have to make sure that your skill level is where this particular job that you're applying for needs it to be. And then also strategy gaps. How are you going about finding the jobs? Are you just applying online? Are you actually physically going in to pharmacies to apply for a job? Or are you just putting in an application, hoping for a response with no follow-up? So how do we go about solving those problems? We call this the hiring formula: visibility, fit, and follow-up. These three steps will help you get or land the job that you are trying to land. Visibility, your resume. This is the first thing employers look at. Are you a good candidate for the job that you're applying for? Fit, the interview. Does this job actually match what your resume actually has on there? And then the follow-up. How do you follow up? How do you show reliability and show professionalism? Visibility. We have to make sure that your resume specifies all your qualifications for the job that you're applying for. We don't want to embellish, but we also want to make sure that we're highlighting your best assets and skills, whether that's from the classroom or from any on-the-job experience that you may have had in customer service. The fit. Your interview. How do you interview? You remember when HR representatives call you at home, they're interviewing you then to see would they want to offer you an interview to come in. You have to make sure that even in the phone screening that you are specifying and also highlighting your best assets for the pharmacy technician job that you're trying to apply for. And then the follow-up. After every interview, whether it is a phone interview or an in-person interview, you want to make sure that you reach out to that HR representative or the hiring manager and say a quick little thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Look forward to hearing back from any feedback that you may offer me about the job. Whether you gain the job or not, hearing some type of feedback will help you go further in the pharmacy industry. What to avoid? Applying and waiting. You have to follow up. Remember, you're not the only one applying for these jobs. And also you have to remember your classmates is applying for these jobs as well. So you want to make sure that you are following up. Don't just put in a bunch of applications and then hope to hear back. You have to remember there's 100 versus 1. There's 100 technicians versus 1 job opening. So sometimes HR management may not see your application. So just circling back with a quick email will put you back at the top of the radar. Same resume. Cannot have the same resume. You must customize your resume. And when I say customize, I'm not saying add a picture or special fonts or bulletin points or anything like that. Making sure you customize your application to the job field that you're trying to apply for. If you are in retail and you're trying to switch over to hospital, you want to make sure that your job qualifications for that hospital job matches what's on your resume. Again, don't embellish, but make sure that you attribute. Start over. Okay. I'm gonna start this slide over. Now let's talk about what students get wrong, what to avoid. Applying and waiting. You must follow up. You have to remember the application process is 100 to 1. There's 100 applications coming in for one job listing. And remember, your classmates might be applying for the same jobs as well. So you want to make sure that you stick out. So even after a phone interview, phone screening with the HR manager or hiring manager, you want to make sure that you follow up. So after every phone screening or in person or Zoom interview, you want to make sure that you follow up with an email. A simple email can bring you from the bottom of the list back to the top of the list. Just a quick message. Hey, thanks for taking your time to have an interview with me. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks. Something as simple as that can put you right back in the running for that job. Next step, same resume. We have to customize it. And by customization, I don't mean special italics or any bulletins or color fonts or pictures on your resume. It means making sure that your resume fits the job that you're going for. If you're trying to go over to in hospital, you need to make sure that your job qualifications meet those of a hospital certified pharmacy technician, and vice versa. If you're trying to get into retail, you need to make sure your resume is well retail rounded. You want to make sure that you have your customer service skills highlighted, as well as a ton of other things for the particular job field that you're trying to go into. Remember, all resumes are not the same and all organizations are not the same. You cannot use the same resume for everyone. And lastly, networking. Networking is so very important in this industry because, again, pharmacy is a very large community, but we're small in itself as well. So make sure you're using your networking. When you're networking, you're not asking for a job. Ask for advice. Ask for a mentor. Hey, I talk to Mike all the time. I used to email Mike a lot. So, and it wasn't for a job or anything. It was just staying connected to the people that I'm in community with. Um, so it would seem kind of weird to reach out to someone and I don't have a well-rounded relationship with and asking them, hey, I see you hiring. Can you hire me? That's not how networking works. Networking works best when you have an ongoing relationship with someone and that person may not be able to offer you a job directly, but they may can guide you and mentor you into the into the job that you're actually trying to get, or they may even what am I trying to say? They may even suggest or know someone that's actually looking for a technician, and you may be first on their radar because they know you're already in the searching for a new job. And lastly, your next steps. So the next steps that you need to do to make sure that you're in a good, solid run for your job that you're trying to land yourself into is updating your resume. Make sure you're always updating your resume. Any new certifications, qualifications, immunization, vaccinations, or any other certifications that you earned outside of your certified pharmacy technician certification, always make sure you add those to your resume. Any type of club affiliations, community networking, or things like that, make sure that's on your resume to make it a well-rounded resume. When you're applying for jobs, apply for 3 to 5 jobs. Remember, make sure the jobs you're applying for actually fits your resume. Make sure your resume is customized for the job that you are applying to. You should have 2 forms of resume, either a retail resume and also a hospital resume if you've worked in those industries. Following up, making sure that you're following up with the HR representative that called do your phone screening or the hiring manager that you actually did your interview with. Again, making sure you're getting those names, phone numbers, and email addresses of those people so you can do a proper follow-up. Visiting a pharmacy. Visit the pharmacy you're trying to get hired at. That would be a good start. Sometimes just walking into a pharmacy and saying, hey, are you hiring? Will get you in the door just as quickly as filling out an application. I know tons of people that walked into a pharmacy and got walked into the back office to actually put in an application on the computer. So you never know, especially with your smaller independent pharmacies that may not have the capacity to advertise on such job search engines. They may hire you on the spot because they may be in need of someone. So always check with your local pharmacies and your smaller independent pharmacies, because you never know, your job or your window of opportunity for a job may be at those pharmacies. And then asking for advice. Make sure that you're networking with people in your community. And when I say community, I mean pharmacy community, using LinkedIn. There's tons of Facebook groups that you can join. Being a member of NPTA and other organizations will also help you get into those clubs and organizations to help you gain a mentor that can possibly lead you in the direction of actually landing a job that you are trying to get. And always remember, your first job in pharmacy is not just the goal, it is your entry point to the career field. Thank you and have a nice day.